What is up, y'all? It is Paris Tempet, Paris TTMPPED, TTMPPED. And today I'm going to be talking about how transitioning has changed my relationships forever. And I mean, that can go for relationships dating wise, friendships, family. It really has changed a lot. In terms of family, when I transitioned, or at least started to present more masculine, a lot of them would compare me to other people that they knew. So they thought that they had an idea of who I was trying to be. Now, I feel like it almost transitioning made me not want to talk to my family because they would define me based off of preconceived notions, other LGBT plus individuals. One time I got a text from my cousin saying, "Congratulations on your lesbian journey." I have a full fucking beard. What lesbian journey are you talking about? And I'm like, these are motherfuckers that are like 40, 30s, late 20s. Like, oh, y'all are just acting ignorant. You know what I'm saying? But I had to realize, oh, wait. Even though I spent a lot of my life searching for trans individuals, so it ended up becoming my entire algorithm. When I go on social media, it's so normal to me. There are people who never did that. So there are people who see me and I make no sense. I do not exist to them. So they can only understand as much as they've known about the LGBT plus community, which is lesbians, studs, gay men, and trans women. Everything else just doesn't exist to people. So it almost made me, I guess, you could say, be a little bit more drawn back. Now, last year, I had got invited to my cousin's birthday, and I took my ex with me at the time. We were still in a relationship. So I brought her with me because I didn't know if I can handle being around my family in that large capacity after not seeing them for years. So they all haven't seen me transitioned. So then I go there and they're all like looking at me, looking at my junk. Cause like they're like, my dad even said that they were all saying, "Oh my God, he has a dick now." Like everyone was just really confused because they had thought, oh, like we thought he was being a lesbian. This man is full on transitioning. So it's one of those things where being there and kind of feeling like the fucking, like I felt like I was like ripping off like a cover off my face and going, "This is real, this is me." And it was definitely very humbling because it made me realize that they weren't bad people. I was just, they don't understand me. So I had to, now to this day, I have to always understand that they don't understand. You know, Even though they'll go, "Well, what do you want to go by now? I want to respect you. What do you want?" They're only doing it because I'm basically constructing their brain on how to categorize me. Sadly, in their world, I'll always be who I used to be. Maybe one day, 10 years from now, when I get 10 times sexier and the beard is even more luscious, the locks are down to the hip, maybe they'll get it. But I feel like they still associate me looking beautiful and having hair as like, oh, he's confused. He's reverting back. I remember for a while I was going by a different name. When I was like, let me go back to my actual name, which is Paris, they all thought I was going back. They're like, "So are you still like a guy?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" So it makes me realize that people think I'm in a phase of life that I'm going to change out of, not realizing the phase was not doing it in the first place. But that's besides the point. Friendships, oh my God. When I tell you my friendships have changed so drastically that I was not prepared for it. Now, a lot of my friends were from high school, from being in plays and being in LGBT plus groups and going to college and stuff like that. And it was like once I transitioned, I realized, oh, like they they may be a little bit nervous to be alone with me. I don't even know how to explain it. Like I had a friend that I hung out with all the time, all the time, all the time. And once she got a boyfriend, when we hung out, he had to be there. He don't even trust her with me, but he doesn't understand my past. We've been friends since we were children. But I'm realizing, like, now that I'm a man of society, people don't feel as safe or they're not allowed to be. I don't even really understand it myself. I'm still trying to understand how people perceive me sometimes. And it really all could just be a matter of life has changed. It might have happened regardless. You know what I'm saying? You want to go outside? Lord. It could be just a matter of. Hold on, let me open the door because I don't want him to piss on the floor. Don't piss on the floor. Here, come on. Go ahead. It could just be a matter of, I've aged. Times have changed. I'm older. So the friendship dynamics are different. But to me, I just get treated like some random ass man. I don't know sometimes. It's just very interesting how people treat me now. I've hung out with this one friend, and it felt like she was like nervous to hang out with me. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't, of course, it really could be a matter of how I think I'm being perceived. But when I compare it to new people I meet who don't know I'm trans, like they just meet me off the bat, I am treated differently than those who have been my friends for years and hang out with me now. It's almost like they feel the shift, so they have shifted how they treat me. And it does make me a little bit uncomfortable because it makes me, I feel like I went out into the world thinking everybody was going to be like that. Like I went out into the world going, this is who I am now. No one's going to want to hang out with me, blah, 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 blah. And I end up making all these friends outside of what I'm used to. And when I kind of come back to my past, it's almost like, oh, like people are like merging these worlds and treating me in such a inconsistent manner. And it is hard to digest that sometimes because it almost makes me neglect those past friendships and kind of just leave it in the past because I don't know how to navigate it without feeling like I'm being treated differently. And that's, it is what it is. I feel like that's just what it is. Now with men, oh my God. I guess I didn't realize that men are so competitive in like, I have this, you have this, I have this, you have this, I am this, you're not that, you are this, I need that. It's like a lot of comparison that I never noticed. So when I'm hanging around men and they don't know I'm trans, they compare themselves to me. And I'm like, you're comparing yourself to somebody that has worked so hard to even get here. You're just this off the dome. You are this just because. And I'm like, I'm realizing how, I guess you could say how pure my mind is and also how tampered everybody else feels around me sometimes in terms of comparison and, oh, how'd you get your body like that? Or this, that, the fifth, this, that, the fifth. It makes me withdraw from a lot of people, because I never really know what version, how our people are perceiving me. I never really know. And it doesn't matter. That's also what I've learned was that you can't control what people think. But because you can't control what people think, you may have to change around your relationships once you transition. When you transition, you will be treated as you are perceived. Not from your whole life experience, not as the talented being you are, not from the beautiful light and the amazing personality. Like, y'all are seeing me as me because this is all y'all know. But people who have seen me throughout the years, they have a hard time comparing this me and that me into one person. And that's, it's not my problem. It's a very personal thing that I can't control. But it is something that definitely has happened. All my friendships are different. Every one of them. And like I said, I don't think it really was all because I transitioned. It is a matter of I've just grown. I have evolved. But I evolved because I transitioned. Like, it's hard to say one without realizing that the other is the reason. And at the same time, I go, maybe I wasn't noticing what always has been. I feel like being trans and being very comfortable in my skin is just making me realize how people treat me now. And it is, I no longer want to ignore it. I think I was a person, I was very ignorant as a kid because I was used to being treated differently. But now you cannot normalize being treated like a weird person, having to always explain yourself or correct people. Now, outside of friendships and family, it's going to happen. But people that you want to have in your circle, in your life, as a person that you want to trust, you need to be able to be you. And that's like me realizing that it makes it so hard for me to talk to like older people. Not older at age. I mean, people from my past. Because like I said, it's hard for them to see me, all of me. They only see me in fragments. Or they see me when they see other people are seeing me. And that also is exhausting. Like, why did it take them seeing me for you to see me, Why did it take, like, us hanging out for 3 hours and you realizing, oh, he really is just a good person for you to realize I'm a good person if you already known me? But it took me to realize, black men are put in a box. And it is because, there are a lot of black men that fit that personality, fucked up all that, but there is also a very large community of black men that aren't like that. And that's just beyond even being trans. I feel like I'm just going through the black experience. You know what I'm saying? But because of that, I'm realizing this time around 2025, my goal is to just be around like-minded individuals that treat me like the light I am. I have been meeting so many people that I talk to, and it's just like, whoa, you see me. And I've been saying that often this month. You see me. You see me. Because I have not felt this seen my entire life. I hung out with this one girl, and she was just talking about how, like, her struggles and what she's been through, and how, like, I'm like, oh my God. And we were just chatting and chatting and chatting. And we're just piling over conversations, and I'm like, oh my God, it's been a while since I was just able to feel this scene. And I'm seeing you, but it's been but it haven't been seen back. I'm sorry I spit all over y'all face. Wipe it off. But it's been a while since people are reciprocating the energy that I'm trying to give, which is, I want to see you. Can you see me too? And this world is ignorant. A lot of people see you, but they don't want you to know they do. Or they only want to see the flaw. Some people only care about where I work, where I live, how much money I got, where'd you buy that outfit, blah, 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 blah. How's your camper? Now, the camper question I understand, but people only want to understand pieces of me when there's so much more inside, and that's, until I meet people that are like that, I'm taking it slow. Because at the same time, a lot of this is just also trauma. It took a while for me to get in this part of my transition where I was disrespected. No, this respected. Like, it's been a while since I didn't realize disrespected and disrespected. That sounds very alike. But yeah, relationships change. They really do. But they also change in such beautiful ways. I've realized that people are amazing. The ones that see me, that see beyond my transition, see beyond who I used to be, and just want to know me, laugh because they actually understand my jokes, and I don't feel judged, I don't feel questioned, I don't feel misunderstood. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, those people I keep here, y'all are a part of that too. I hope y'all understand that. Like, I am sharing this much of me because y'all have been able to see me and accept me, and I accept all of you back. And I am so grateful that I am this far, because it took me a while to get here because of how many broken relationships had happened. Because there was a one point where I was all alone in my room, and I'm like, I don't have anybody. You know what I'm saying? I've lost everyone. And that is such a depressing, dark feeling that I hope nobody feels. And if you feel that, open your eyes. You're looking at somebody that sees you. It's okay. There are going to be people throughout your life you're going to meet, and they're going to see you. And it's not going to be everybody. It won't be. Like, it's something that I had to understand. Not everybody is going to see my light as a good thing. Not everybody is going to see my energy as in a positive light. I've had people see me like, I'm not even going to get to that rant, because I'm going to just, I don't want to focus on the negative people. But, people just be peopling. And until I get that acceptance, I'm leaving those behind. You either got to accept me and move forward on this yellow brick road, or get left the fuck behind in Kansas. Yeah. I mean, that's technically home, but you're going to miss the whole journey. You know what I'm saying? You're going to miss the whole journey. But that's the video, y'all. It's just understanding that things will change. But with change comes opportunity for growth, meeting new people, meeting real energies with real pure hearts. Like, I remember when I was in college, I was talking to this girl. Actually, I had just graduated, but she was still in college. I was talking to this girl, so I went out to hang out with her. Now, she was a very judgmental person. She would judge me all day. Like, she didn't think that my beard was real. She thought I was balding. Like, I'm like, girl, whoa. Like, it was so many things that I was like, you're kind of weird. And it was because she had an LGBT plus moment where she thought she was trans. Probably is, because you focusing on the wrong person. Focus on yourself. But I hung out with her, and I felt judged like the whole time. And then we go out to this like community center on campus, and I talked to this other girl who I had like met in the fashion show a few months prior when I was still in the school. So I'm talking to her, and she's like venting about, she's like, yeah, but we're like talking. I'm like, whoa. And keep in mind, I'm like waiting for the girl I was talking to come back, and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't had such a healthy conversation like this in a very long time. And I left like, I think I need to reevaluate everything I'm doing right now. And honestly, within that same week, me and that girl didn't last because it's one of those things where the universe will pull you away from those. Like, you should not feel judged on the spot and scared around people you love. You should never. And if you are feeling that way, they're not supposed to be in your life. And I'm saying this realizing I still have people in my life that make me feel that way. But because they're good to other people, I allow them in my life. You have to stop all that shit. Oh my God. Damn, I have to stop all that shit, you know? It's sad because a lot of y'all have been commenting how y'all have lost almost everyone. And you have to lose it all to gain. You do sometimes. It's a gamble. It's a real gamble. But when you release yourself from all that expectation and all that judgment and all that, I promise you, the conversations will be so healthy. Oh my, it'll be like, am I talking to myself right now? Like, am I talking to me? And when you ask someone that, when you are talking to somebody and you go, am I talking to myself? You've met a chosen one. Not even chosen one. You've met yourself. A reflection. I don't really know. You know, it's a game that you got to play to get to the next level. But I know you're gonna do it. I'm gonna start going live on like Twitch, Discord. I go live on TikTok every day. So if y'all want to have conversations, join these lives, please. And we can talk, we can laugh, and we can have those healthy conversations that we may be lacking in, sadly, reality. But yeah, that's the video, y'all. Check out my music. I have shit coming out January. It was supposed to be on New Year's, but something is going on. So it might be January 3rd, you know, the 8th, 15th. Music is coming out, but you know videos are going to be dropped basically every day, every other day. Like, that's the least I'm ever do is every other day, or at least every 2. But I'm trying to aim for every day, giving y'all hits, giving y'all real authenticity. I have a whole season of vlogs coming out for you January. Who's ready for these vlogs? I'm very excited. January 1st, the vlog starts. What's today's date? So y'all got a few more days. Next week on Wednesday, season 3 of my vlogs come out. I'm working on a new title, theme music, a lot of new shit, because this is probably the most authentic vlogging I've ever done, where you're really just a day in life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited. And if you have any topics or comments, questions or concerns, I do read everything, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's in my DMs, TikTok. I read it. If I don't text you back right away, it's probably because I read it at a weird time. But I'm usually pretty active with replying to like questions, comments, or concerns. So I will see y'all very soon. Paris out. Paris, TTNPPE, 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 TTNPPE. All platforms, y'all.